Arthur the Wrecker is probably one of the episodes I remember most from my childhood. And actually, the title of it I didn't recognise. When I sat down to watch the episode, Arthur the Wrecker, it didn't ring a bell. And I'm wondering if the book version has maybe a slightly different title. But certainly, once I started watching it, I knew exactly what it was, and I loved it growing up. I really thoroughly enjoyed it now. This is the first segment of the 14th episode of the very first season of Arthur. And in this one, Arthur has borrowed a computer game from the brain, and he is obsessed with his computer game, and he wants to play it all of the time. But his mother says, I'm going out. Please don't go on the computer while I'm out. It's tax season. I have my documents on the screen or whatever. And Arthur gets himself into a bit of trouble with the computer. That's all I'll say. But it was really iconic to me, this one. It stood out. I remembered most of it. It kind of all came flooding back to me as I was watching it. And I really enjoyed it. There are a lot of things in this that are relatable and that are strong messages. Most children, especially the target audience at the time, would have some kind of game console addiction at least once. I think pretty much all of us who have played games consoles will have that one game that you just cannot keep off. When I was younger, it would have been The Sims. Absolutely loved The Sims. And I'm not saying that I would have went on the computer when I was told not to, but certainly I can understand why Arthur felt compelled to do so with Buster. Things didn't necessarily go wrong. And there are two messages here. The first is that you should listen to your parents if they say something, but also if something does go wrong, you should be able to ask for help. I know that, unfortunately, some children refuse to ask for help from their parents because their parents will flip their lids and they will act unreasonably. But I'd like to think the majority of parents would at least help the child and then punish them, rather than just going off on one. So there are some important messages there. The episode itself, or the segment, brought back a lot of happy memories for me. The title Arthur the Wrecker may not have meant anything to me, but the episode certainly does. If you haven't seen it or you don't remember it, give it a watch. I think it's one you'll really enjoy.